We are stuck inside on a lovely Sunday afternoon in Bloomington. We just watched IU's 70-67 win over Michigan here in Assembly Hall. I'm Alden Woods. This is Sam Beisheisen. This is Casey Krzyzewski. Sam, what did you see in this game?
We saw an Indiana team, I guess, they should have won it by a few more points, I feel like. They outplayed Michigan mostly all game, and then Michigan just kept on fighting back. The combination of Zach Irvin and Spike Albrecht down the stretch in the second half kind of brought them back into it. Indiana wasn't making enough stops necessarily down the stretch to keep it comfortable until the end, where they made every stop they needed. Stopped the potential game-tying three-pointer from Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman. Tough name. He tried to hit a three-pointer in a play that was designed actually for Zach Irvin, which makes sense, being the best player on Michigan. Didn't work out. Didn't go to Zach. Ended up going to Muhammad Ali. We're gonna go with Muhammad Ali.
Game-winning shot.
And Muhammad Ali missed the game-winning shot, and Michigan fell to Indiana. Michigan season's kind of spiraling. They needed this win desperately. They wanted any chance to go to the NCAA tournament. Indiana didn't necessarily need this game, but it really helps a lot.
Nice to have.
That's what we saw today.
Right, and that's the difference between. I mean, there's a huge difference between going 7-4 and 6-5 in your conference season, so through 11 games. I feel. I mean, especially with how crowded the Big Ten is in the after Wisconsin, there's 6 or 7 teams that are all within like 1 or 2 games of each other, and they're all fighting for those top 4 spots in the Big Ten tournament. So I mean, every win counts, and you're right, Sam. IU didn't need this win, but it's really nice to have for them.
Yeah, and the win also kind of. Today's game and then Wednesday's game at Maryland are kind of the last 2 really difficult games in the stretch that IU's played. They played at Wisconsin, they played at Illinois, they played at Ohio State. I'm forgetting one. There's another game.
Nebraska,
No,
Ohio, Illinois,
something.
Michigan State.
Michigan State. There was a 6-game stretch, or Purdue. There was a 6-game stretch in there where IU played its hardest, most difficult stretch of the season. That is over on Wednesday after they play at Maryland. And then they have 6 games left after that, and they're projected to win all of those games.
4 at home.
4 of them come at home, and the 2 on the road are not exactly grueling road games. They're playing at Northwestern and at Rutgers, and you can win those pretty easily. So we might have seen the toughest part of IU's schedule, and we might kind of see IU win some games sliding into the back end of the season in the Big Ten tournament, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we can disagree with that. The Big Ten, the Big Ten is nuts at this point. Seriously, that's so stereotypical, and people probably say that about a lot of conferences. The Big Ten is either full of a lot of mediocrity or just bad, where like Michigan today might be actually one of the worst teams in the Big Ten theoretically on any given night, and they gave Indiana a really big run. Indiana, I think we're going to learn a lot more about Indiana. I think the most we'll learn about Indiana is next Wednesday, when they do have to go on the road, where they historically this season have not been good, and play a Maryland team that is historically this season good. I think that might be one of our last chances, other than those last 2 home games for Indiana, where they play Iowa and Michigan State, to really see how good this Indiana team might be, especially because they are going to be competing for one of those top 4 spots, which gets you a double bye in this year's Big Ten tournament, which is a big deal. It's exciting, I guess, moving forward this next game until we get to that kind of boring stretch down the end of the season.
Today was also the return of James Larkin Jr., who missed Tuesday's game at Wisconsin with an injured ankle, and Hunter Mascara-Pare, who missed IU's last 7 games with an injured right knee. James Larkin scored 13 points in 30 minutes. Hunter didn't score. He pulled in a rebound. He only played 4 minutes. Green said that he didn't really get back to doing full basketball stuff until this weekend. He just wasn't ready to go and play full time. I'm not entirely sure that Hunter gets the starting spot back when he comes. They have to do something though. He has to get into the rotation and just be big, because like we saw at Wisconsin, IU's so small, and it's been a problem all year. But when you play Wisconsin, you're gonna go play Michigan State again. It's a big problem. Purdue, that was the biggest one actually. Purdue probably got more inside than Wisconsin did, which is incredible. They need him back, and they need him to be a facsimile at least of what he was before.
It's a huge return for him, because if that brief time, I'm sorry, Casey, I'm calling you out on this one a little bit, but that brief time where people were like, yeah, Indiana's a lot better without Hunter Mascara-Pare. Wrong, not even close. Colin Hartman, it wasn't. I'm sorry, Casey.
Can I just kind of interject and say I said the IU offense is better without Hunter Mascara-Pare.
Oh, but I feel like
But I disagree.
Still, no.
You still disagree?
Yeah.
I mean,
Anyway,
they're scoring a lot without him.
yeah,
Scored a lot
but
with him, too.
not in the paint though. Anyway, moving forward, Hunter. It doesn't matter. Moving forward, we're arguing. I'm sorry, guys. Moving forward, Hunter Mascara's return was huge for Indiana. I think today was just more of a, hey, look, Hunter's back. The first sign of it actually came about 2.5 hours before tip-off. I was here. I messed up my timing, and I was watching as Devin Davis usually sits with Hunter Mascara before the game, and they just kind of hang out. Today was just Devin Davis, which is like, oh, okay, that's interesting. And I was on warm-ups. 4 minutes, they just got adjusted. We'll see what he does over the next few days. I assume he played about the same, actually, for Maryland. I don't think you're going to throw him back in quite yet. I think that, I guess the idea, Tom Crew mentioned this earlier, he alluded to it, was for him to be ready for Purdue. Because that's when they're going to need him, I think, the most.
Yeah.
Coming up.
Okay, that'll do it for us here. We will not be at Maryland on Wednesday because Maryland is really far away and it starts at 9 o'clock on Wednesday, which is ridiculous. Stop making games start at 9 o'clock because that's dumb and I hate that. But we will have full coverage. We do have stories posted online right now, and we will have more coverage in Monday's IDS. Till then, we will see you later.